If you guys need any cards, packs, sleeves, anything of that nature, shop on TCG Player using my affiliate link in the description. You didn't think we were going to be doing a July tier list, did you? Well, you were mistaken, because we are going to be going over all of the Edison format legal archetypes in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or at least the ones that I could find. Obviously, there's like a bajillion archetypes out there, and the definition isn't completely agreed upon, but these are the ones that I figured ought to count as archetypes. So we're going to be going over them today. Of course, archetypes are just like cards that have the same word in their name. So like we all know Black Wings, we all know Frogs, we all know Gladiator Beasts. But of course, there's all of these other ones out there, like Venom and Dark World and Iron Chains and stuff like that. Most of them, the great majority of them, are complete crap and see absolutely no play. So we're going to be comparing them and seeing how they all stack up. We've got here 5 tiers. Obviously, it's going to be pretty clear what goes in top tier. These are the ones that are like basically tier 1 decks by themselves. Rogue Potential is going to be more like secondary engines or decks that, you know, could potentially be made into solid tier 2-ish kind of semi-competitive strategies. Jank is more like completely wacky out there kind of stuff. Completely Incoherent is like a step below that. These are archetypes that are just like one good card and the rest makes no sense or has no synergy or just like designed poorly or bad or whatever. Then Irredeemable Trash, very self-explanatory name. A lot of DM archetypes probably gonna go in here. Yeah, just like complete garbage. That's what's going in there. So yeah, let's just get started because we got a lot of archetypes to get through here. So starting with Evil Hero, I want to make a note, which is that if I had thought to put an option in the archetypes for just like heroes collectively, that would be up in top tier. But instead, we're ranking them separately as Evil Hero, Destiny Hero, Elemental Hero. So they're probably all going to go in like Rogue Potential, but I just want to point out that if it was hero, just all heroes, it would be top tier. But Evil Heroes going to be going in Rogue Potential, likely where the rest of the heroes are going to end up. Of course, this category has like Malicious Edge, it's got Prodigy, it's got Dark Gaia, the Dark Calling stuff. So all cards that see some vague level of play in the format. I mean, Prodigy, Malicious Edge are played in tier 1 decks. Dark Calling's like a rogue deck, so I think Rogue Potential is very reasonable placement for Evil Heroes. Infernities I'm a little bit split on, actually, because I played this deck with Keegan on Meta Breakers way back when, and it felt decent as like just a worse kind of Diva Hero, Welidad sort of thing. But it's hard to really say. I haven't played it in a long time. I haven't seen it really played much. Maybe just to be safe, I should put it down in Jank. But I feel like it could be up here. You know, it's kind of a matter of interpretation. I'll just put it in the top of Jank for now. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be doing these tiers in order because there's so many things. But we're putting it in Jank for now. I'm not completely sold on that. I could definitely see it being up in Rogue Potential because, I don't know, you can just do some crazy combos and get pluses with it still, even without the Shining Darkness support. So yeah, Amazonas, this one's just Irredeemable Trash. I don't know what to say. There's not a single good card in there. There's not a single good anything going on in there. Yeah, I don't know what any of them do. A lot of like DM era archetypes probably gonna end down here, honestly. Next we have Gadgets. Gadgets pretty much have to be up in like Rogue Potential, I think. They are like just a decent deck. Yeah, not a lot to say about Gadgets. They're pretty boring. They get you a +1 every turn, so yeah, you summon a gadget, you get a gadget. It's decent, whatever. Rogue Potential. Ally of Justice. This is a great example of completely incoherent. We've got like Catastor here, representing the single good Ally of Justice card ever, and then every other one is just like, what is even going? Do other ones even exist in Edison format? I'm trying to think, actually. Like, Hidden Arsenal is out. There had to be some other Ally of Justice monsters in there. I think there are, but just none of them. They're all completely irrelevant, stupid, don't do anything. I think that's the case. So Ally of Justice going in completely incoherent. Arcana Force. This is just like some coin flip cards, but none of them really go together, and also they're all bad. I think they're like fairies or something, which is okay. I don't know if they're all fairies. I know this one here is like the world, which you can do some dumb turn skip thing with. I'm probably just gonna throw them in completely incoherent. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. They're all bad. There's no synergy. They're just like, yeah, it's garbage. Completely incoherent. This is here, you might not even recognize this card. This card is Arsenal Summoner. It searches a Guardian monster. So, like, the only playables are, like, Kawakimeru Guardian plus Guardian of Order, which I'm stretching the definition of playable with that one. And then Guardian Yatos, which kind of stretching the definition of playable with that one too, honestly. But, hey, that macro stun thing won the other day. So, yeah, I mean, it's got to be completely incoherent, right? The Guardian cards, like, literally have nothing to do with one another at all. Arsenal Summoner is way too slow and bad to be played in anything either. You're pretty much just only going to be playing a deck with, like, one good Guardian card in it, like Kawakimeru Guardian and some kind of rock deck. So I think completely incoherent is a decent spot to put them in. Fortune Ladies, these are going to be more like jank. They're just like an archetype that can do some cool stuff, has some neat synergy, has some good cards, but they're not on that level where they can really compete in any meaningful way. So I think jank is probably the right place to put them. And, like, Fortune Lady Light missing timing is so bad, too. But they're definitely better than this stuff. Like, you could build some goofy Fortune Lady deck, and it's, like, a deck. So that's more than completely incoherent can really say. Battery Men, same kind of deal, but worse, probably, than Fortune Ladies. Yeah, you could build a Battery Man deck. It would suck, but you could build it. Yeah, jank. Probably bottom of jank if we were doing that. Blackwings, easy top tier. I mean, just like a top tier deck in general. So compared to this field of useless archetypes, is definitely at the top. Blue Eyes. So Whitestone of Legends are a really good card. But all of the other Blue Eyes, like anything, is just so bad. I don't even know what else references Blue Eyes, like Paladin of White Dragon or something. Yeah, this archetype is basically one good card, plus the Blue Eyes that you search off the one good card. So I think completely incoherent. Like, I guess it's decent as a secondary engine in Dragons. Maybe. So maybe I gotta throw it up in, like, jank. But that's, like, really stretching the definition of engine to just say, like, Whitestone, search of Blue Eyes. I don't really know. Do we... I could throw them in jank just because of the way that it sees play in Dragons. Like, it's one card, but... it's... I don't know. That's kind of like moving up Ally of Justice because Catastor sees play in every extra deck or something. Like, it's a bit of a stretch, I think. Blue Eyes is probably just going to have to go down here. Like, Whitestone's a good card and enables Dragon Turbo and all that stuff, but, yeah, I don't really think that quite counts in terms of qualifying for it to be up in jank. BES, Irredeemable Trash. None of these do anything. They all, like, kill themselves or something. It's really dumb. Dark Scorpion, Irredeemable Trash. I don't even know what these do. Chick the Yellow was involved in some OTK in, like, 2004, but, yeah, completely just beyond irrelevant in Edison format. Crystal Beast, probably jank, just like, once again, it is a deck, but it's just a terrible, terrible deck. But it is a deck by itself, which is, you know, more than can be said for these things down here. Just like a flawed archetype in terms of its design, where you, like, zone lock yourself. So, yeah, they do suck, unfortunately. Cyber Darks, same deal, just like a bad salvo deck. Not a lot to say about them. Cyber Dragon. This one's interesting. It's because, like, you have Fortress Dragon, you have Cyber Dragon, you have Over Dragon with Future Fusion Overload. You could technically play some whack, like, OTK thing with Powerball. I don't know. And then, you know, the Cyber's really good. Maybe I could be convinced to move this up to jank rather than, like, completely incoherent. Because it's like, you could imagine a world where it's like all the Chimera Tech OTK stuff is limited, but they are cards that exist. You could build some bad version of the deck. I feel like there's enough cards out to justify this being up in jank. Whereas this stuff down here, it's really just like one good card or less. So probably jank. Like fortresses in every extra, siders in every side, and then like crazy future fusion stuff is also out there as a thing you can do in jank. So I think jank is okay. Dark Magician, irredeemable trash. What even exists? Does Dark Magic Curtain exist? I think it does. For sure, like dumb stuff like Sage's Stone and whatever else. Dark Magic Attack, I guess those exist. So none of it's worth anything. It's all just the worst. So irredeemable trash. The DD archetype. This one's interesting. There's definitely, it's kind of like the Cyber Dragon category. It's not like a coherent deck, but there's a lot of good cards going on. Well, you could build a deck, but it would be like really bad. Survivor sees play. DD Warrior is like kind of playable with some kind of rat box thing, maybe. Warrior Lady, of course, is a pretty decent format staple. There's also like DDM. He can do something. I mean, not saying these are like great cards, but they are cards that are worth mentioning the existence of, which is more than can be said for a lot of things on this list. I think I'll go throw it over in jank next to Cyber Dragon with like the same justification. Charmers, irredeemable trash. I don't even know what these do. Nothing. That's what they do. Exodia. This barely should even count as an archetype. The only card I know of that even references Exodia pieces is like the Ultimate Forbidden Lord, which is like kind of decent jank card, sort of. Maybe even rogue potential, depending on how you view that. But Exodia is mostly just an FTK. I don't even know if I want to rank Exodia. Do I want... Maybe I can just give him his own tier. Hold on. Hold. Let's make a tier. Add row below. Whoops. And we'll change the color to like... Oh, shoot. Here we go. Let's make it gray. Name it Exodia. There we go. Yeah. He doesn't deserve to be ranked among these like other things, just like a dumb FTK strategy or whatever. Elemental heroes, I said before, the heroes are mostly going to be going in the rogue potential. I mean, they got Stratos, they got Alias, they got Ocean, they got Prisma, they got Absolute Zero, they have Miracle Fusion, so there's a lot of good cards, Of course, heroes collectively would be top tier still, but elemental heroes by themselves, tons of good cards, tons of cards that see play. So yeah, yeah, they have Stratos as well, which is the big one. Iron Core of Kawakimaru, or just the Kawakimaru archetype. I think this is a pretty good example of completely incoherent, or just like, what's even going on with this deck? There's like there's no synergy here. I mean, there is synergy, but it's like the worst kind. I'm not really sure what, I couldn't even think about how to approach building this sort of deck, because like all the cards are so bad. You just gotta play some like Beast Beatdown with Urnite or something, and it's just like, what's even going on with this? It's terrible. It's garbage. Completely incoherent. I think completely sort of explains what's going on with Kawakimaru. Jinzo. This one is jank just because of the OTK build, which, by the way, check out latest episode of Meta Breakers. That was hilarious. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, you can, like, Future Fusion, send returners, and summon 3 Jinzos, so that's pretty cool. Otherwise, it doesn't do much. I mean, the Jinzo itself is maybe a little bit underrated because there's a lot of trap cards in the format right now, so maybe even a decent, like, tech side deck choice. But yeah. Karibo. Probably going to throw it in complete incoherent. It's not even completely incoherent. It's just like, what do you do with Karibo? Like, you summon Karibo with Flute, and then what? You tribute it for Multiply, and then you activate Detonate. Like, it's just not happening, you know? It's like the 3-card meme isn't happening, and even if it does, it's not that good. So yeah, just like really poorly designed and bad in every way. Light Sworns, going in top tier, pretty clear why, right? I mean, top tier deck, top tier archetype, yeah. Yep. Mist Valley. What do we have? We have Shaman, we have Thunderbird, we have Soldier. Is that it? Is there something else? There's probably something else, but yeah, it sucks. Probably completely incoherent at this point. There's nothing to do with these at all. There's just like Soldier was played once by Roanoke in what was it, in some Morgue Frogs or something, because it's a tuner that's a wind monster that has like an okayish effect. I'm not even sure it belongs in completely incoherent. Maybe it should be an irredeemable trash. I don't know. We'll throw it in here for now. Moki Moki, probably just complete incoherent. It's like a little bit too good to be irredeemable trash because they are like light fairies and stuff, and there's a lot of good fairy cards that you could technically throw into some jank Moki Moki build. But yeah, they suck for reasons that are pretty obvious. So yeah. Morphtronics jank, easy jank. They're like, some tier 3.5 garbage deck, but that's better than all this stuff down here. So yeah. Archfiends, this has to be just... No, this is irredeemable trash. Well, none of the good Archfiend support is out. It's all just like dumb garbage that wasn't really... It's just pack filler. It's a pack filler archetype from the DM era. Synchrons. This one, I debated even adding this because, like... Are these really count as an archetype? I guess they are. But there's no, like, tuning or anything to search them. But the Synchrons themselves aren't that bad, of course. Quick Draw, decent tuner. Junk Synchron, a good tuner. So it's like a couple good cards. I don't know how to rank this one, actually. How do I feel? It's like not incoherent. It's just like they're good, but there's not enough support out yet. I don't really know. They see play, like, so I can't really throw them in completely incoherent. Like, they gotta at least be jank. Maybe even a rogue potential. Maybe I'll just put it in Exodia tier because I don't know what to do with it. We'll hopefully come back to that, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll forget about it. Rekindling, so this is Flamvels. This is definitely rogue potential. Flamvels is a decent, like, tier 2 deck that's out there. Yeah. Not a whole lot to say about it. They do some okay stuff. They summon some level 8 synchros, so hard to put Flamvels lower than that. Roids. Good lord. Completely incoherent. They're machines, at least. They've got some, like, I don't know. I've seen some builds. Whatever. Six Samurai. This is just jank. Obviously, we all know what the deck looks like. It's just not there yet, so jank. Skull Servants. That's tough. Should I put this as an entry? No. Okay. Let's think about it for real. This pretty much is only played in some, like, magical merchant monster mash zombie type of thing. So it's very bad. That being said, it could probably fit into jank. There's, like, enough Skull Servant cards out for me to put it there. Norlaris, I think same deal. I'm going to throw it in jank, or Sky Scourge, rather. So Enrise has seen some play. Norlaris has seen some play. No one's built anything with Inviseal yet, but it's, like, not impossible to imagine. They're all sort of, like, mid-ish in terms of their context of an Edison format, but yeah, they've seen some play, so can't really put them below jank. Tunes, completely incoherent. I don't know what the hell tunes are supposed to do. Frogs, top tier, easily. I shouldn't need to explain why. The level monsters, probably just completely incoherent. I think, like, just so poorly designed that they can't compete whatsoever. Destiny Heroes. So what they got? Malicious. They got Plasma. They got Dasher. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Doomlord. I don't know. They got, like, a few okay cards and some bad cards. Maybe jank. Maybe they're actually worse. They do have Mally. Mally is so nuts. Damn, Mally is so nuts. And, like, Diamond Dude decks exist. But that's more jank tier. Maybe I am going to put these in jank. I feel like Malicious and Plasma are the only, like, vaguely serious ones. And every other Destiny Hero card just kind of sucks in Edison. So, yeah, I think up, if we were doing these in order, top of jank. So, yeah. Ancient Gears, rogue potential. I mean, Gear Town decks are a thing. So, yeah. Chaos. So this isn't just Sork. There's like a bunch of sort of chaos card. There's like cards with chaos in their name. Chaos Endmaster, Sphere of Chaos, Demok, although that one's banned. Yeah, there's like this whole list of cards with chaos in their name that are vaguely related to chaos. I don't really know. Sork's insanely good, obviously. The other one, the Sphere of Chaos, Chaos Endmaster stuff isn't that bad either. Where do I want to put it? But that's more like jank tier. So it's kind of like Destiny Heroes, where I'm like between jank and rogue potential on this. Maybe we'll just put them right next to Destiny Heroes. So yeah. Assault mode activate. I'm going to throw it down in jank. Yeah, you're just trying to cheese with assault mode, and that's like literally all there is to it. I'm not even sure this should count as an archetype. I guess it does because they have assault mode in their name or assault in their name. But you're literally just summoning Stardust Assault, and that's all you're doing. It's kind of like Exodia, actually. Maybe it should be an Exodia tier. Speaking of which, have I thought where I want to put these Synchrons yet? Not really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of lost as to those. Gladiator Beast, Rogue potential. The deck's bad, but it's like whatever. You can play it. You know, it's a deck that is not just like complete. It's not like completely out there. You know, it seemed some metagame relevance in the past at some point at the highest level. So I think gotta be fair and at least put in Rogue potential. Obviously not top tier. That top tier would just be absolute cope. Actually, yeah, we're not doing that. Aliens, jank, right? Maybe even Rogue potential. Nah, probably just jank. I think aliens are kind of overrated. They're definitely. Golgar is good, and Ammonite Summon Golgar is good, but they require you to play a lot of bad cards too. So yeah, Ojama's jank. I think these decks are fun and stuff, and there's some okay things, I guess, but they are not competing on this level of Rogue potential. Cloudians. We're probably looking at completely incoherent with these, right? They're just like way too slow to do anything at all. Agents, same deal. They don't do anything. I don't even know what agents are legal. You have Venus. You have like Jupiter. You have Mercury. I'm not really even. What do they even do? Neospatian. This is where I start coping myself. Rogue potential. This is more like a secondary engine, obviously, but the cards themselves are not bad, and they're like very much adjacent to good cards and synergize well with good cards. I think that the Spatians are pretty underrated as a deck, or as like a sort of an engine, I guess you would say. They're not really a full deck by themselves, but they do some cool stuff. They have some decent effects. They have Grand Mole, which is really good. You play Armonite Crossporter. They enable like the boss monsters like Dad and Sork. You play Lord of Darkness, so there's some cool things you can do with them. Earthbound Immortals. Good lord. I'm just gonna say irredeemable trash on these, honestly. Yeah, they're just 5Ds pack filler. I tried playing these once, it was like the worst shit ever, so yeah. Venom Monsters, another entry into irredeemable trash. I don't even know what these do. So yeah, sorry. Ice Barriers. Can we go 3 for 3 on irredeemable trash here? No, wait. Bryonic Existing has to carry it up to this category, right? Yeah, I think that's the standard we're going by because it's the same as Catastor. All right. Completely incoherent it is then. Reptilian. The cope continues. Rogue potential. I believe this deck is like a way underrated right now. The Reptilian support, I'm not going to say it's a top tier deck. I'm not going to say it. But there's pretty good cards in there, you know? Gardner, pretty good card. Like Vasky, pretty good card. Naga, not terrible. So, yeah, I feel like there's like at least 3 solid cards in there, and then they also get to play Offerings of the Snake Deity. So, I'm going Rogue potential on this one. These 2 are my real cope entries, if you couldn't tell. So, just like, let me have this. Don't be too mean in the comments about it. Dark World, jank. You can do something, maybe, but don't expect to win. Iron Chains. I have built a deck, so I guess it has to go in jank, but it's not good. Machina, I'm throwing this in top tier. Fortress and Gear Frame are just so nuts. And then, like, the stuff with reviving it with Force, and then even Peacekeeper is still, like, a decent card. Yeah, I mean, the design of this archetype is just so strong. Even if you don't think Machinas themselves are a tier 1 deck, which I'm kind of on that question, I still think they're a tier 1 archetype because the cards are just so individually powerful. So, yeah. Umi, does this even count? I guess, like, Codaris and the Warrior of Atlantis exist, so we sort of have to count this as an archetype. As for where I would put it, whew. So, do I say jank? I've got, like, a Codaris build that I think could be up here, though. But it's not really like that. It's more like a hero Codaris thing. It's tough to say, though. The Codaris stuff, it's not my cope, it's Keegan's cope, but I kind of want to put it up here anyway. Maybe we should just throw it down in jank, huh? I don't feel as strongly about it as I do Spatians and Reptilians, so we're going to put it back in jank. Harpy Ladies, just incoherent. I mean, they have a couple good cards with, like, Steric whatever and the other, what Elegant Egotist or something. So I guess they're above Irredeemable Trash, but that's about all we can say for them. Their field spell is okay-ish sometimes. It forces you to pop your own cards, though, so that's, like, kind of bad. Volcanics, Rogue potential, easily. I mean, think about how many, like, decent playables are here. You've got Rocket, very solid card. Shell, a very solid card. You've got Counter, you know, kind of a interesting, decent card that's seen some play. Blaze Accelerate, of course. So there's some, like, decent things going on with the Volcanic package. You could even play Scattershot and, like, send them all, and, like, Royal Firestorm Guards, put it all back. I think Rogue potential is probably an okay spot to put it. Worms, probably just going Irredeemable Trash on this one. We have, like, 2 worm monsters, and neither one does anything worth crap. So, yeah, X-Sabers, Rogue potential, easily. I mean, this is just a whole-ass Rogue deck, so kind of similar to Gladiator Beast or something in that sense, or Flamvell. U-Bell. Ooh. Do I dare? Do I dare put it the whole way up in jet? No, I can't. It's just too bad. It's just too garbage. I'm sorry. Completely incoherent. Gravekeepers. Ooh, where do I put this? Rogue potential? I don't know. There's, like, good Gravekeepers cards, but just trying to play a pure Gravekeepers is, like, is bad on the jank level, I feel like. But maybe I should just throw them up in Rogue potential because of Spy Descendant. But then again, like, Spy Descendant doesn't even see that much play outside of, like, Cat. Where do I want to put them? Do I want to be mean to Gravekeepers and put them down here? I kind of do. Because it's, like, outside of Spy Descendant. I guess you have Guard. But Guard's not that great. There are just so many bad cards, actually, if you think about it. And then Necro Valley's not even that good in Edison. You're pretty much just playing some glorified, like, deck dev, Royal Tribute, hand rip strategy with, like, a terrible Floodgate field spell. I don't know. I could... Nah, screw it. I'm putting them down here. We gotta let our true thoughts be known. Gravekeepers are jank. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to let me know what you thought in the comments section. I'll see you next time. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.